Do you ever wonder how close the world could be to World War III in 2024? It's a sobering question, isn't it? As we make our way through the year, we find ourselves navigating a geopolitical landscape that's more than a little turbulent. The headlines tell the story: Russian forces making moves on Ukraine, Iran funding Houthi rebels who strike ships in the Red Sea, and a ground invasion of Gaza following an attack on Israel in late 2023. Even as these conflicts unfold, we see rising tensions between China and Taiwan, with fears of an imminent invasion. The question on everyone's lips: could these conflicts draw in heavyweights like the United States and NATO? On the surface, it seems like pieces on a global chessboard are moving steadily towards a checkmate. But as we delve deeper into the complexities of international relations and power dynamics, we must ask: the stage seems set for a potential global conflict, but how likely is it really? Could the United States presidential election in 2024 influence Russia or China to engage in further conflict? It's a question that has been at the forefront of many minds, and the answer is not straightforward. The election could indeed prove to be a catalyst for change on the global stage. Depending on the outcome, the US might see a shift in foreign policy. If we reflect on previous administrations, we can see how changes in leadership have led to significant policy shifts. For instance, the Trump administration's America First stance contrasted significantly with Biden's more multilateral approach. A potential change in administration could lead to a change in the US's stance on global conflicts, possibly escalating or de-escalating tensions. For example, a more hawkish administration might take a tougher stance on Russia's actions in Ukraine or China's aggression towards Taiwan, potentially escalating tensions. Conversely, a more dovish administration might seek diplomatic resolutions, potentially de-escalating conflicts. However, it's crucial to remember that the global stage is not a chessboard controlled by the US alone. Other nations, including Russia and China, have their own agendas, and will respond to US actions in ways that further their interests. The election could indeed be a tipping point, but there's more to consider. Nuclear war and cyber attacks form two of the most significant threats in the modern age. How likely are they in 2024? The possibility of a nuclear war has always loomed over humanity since the mid-20th century. Recent developments, such as Russia's attempt to deploy a nuclear spaceborne anti-satellite weapon, highlight this ever-present threat. While the potential for a full-scale nuclear war remains low, the existence of these weapons and the tensions between nuclear-armed nations make it a concern that we cannot dismiss. On the other hand, cyber attacks are a more immediate and tangible threat. Our world is interconnected, and this connectivity comes with vulnerabilities. Our energy grids, communications networks, and essential services all depend on complex systems that can be targeted by malicious entities. The US energy grid, for instance, is a vital part of the country's infrastructure that serves over 100 million customers. However, this aging grid is vulnerable to cyber attacks due to outdated technologies. Recently, incidents like the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack have underscored the need for robust cybersecurity measures. Nation-states, criminal groups, and even individual hackers can wreak havoc on essential services, causing widespread disruption and even potential loss of life. In 2024, these threats remain as relevant as ever. The modernization of our infrastructure and the strengthening of cybersecurity measures are ongoing processes, but they cannot guarantee absolute protection. The threats of nuclear war and cyber attacks are real, and the potential for their occurrence in 2024 cannot be ignored. With an increase in Chinese nationals crossing the US border, could there be a hidden agenda? This question has been raised following a significant rise in the number of Chinese nationals apprehended at the US border. In fiscal year 2021, a mere 450 Chinese individuals were apprehended. Fast forward to fiscal year 2023, and the number skyrockets to over 24,000. Now the question is, why the sudden surge? Could it be due to economic reasons, or perhaps political instability? Or could there be a darker, more sinister reason behind this influx? Some speculate that China might be using this as a strategy to infiltrate the US. By sending individuals across the border, they could potentially engage in acts of sabotage, destabilizing the country from within. However, it's important to recognize that these are hypotheses and concrete evidence is yet to surface. These individuals could just as likely be seeking better opportunities, as is the case with many who embark on such perilous journeys. While the possibility of sabotage can't be entirely dismissed, it's crucial not to let speculation and fear cloud our judgment. While this is a possibility, it remains a topic of speculation. We must keep our eyes open, but our minds clearer, as we navigate these uncertain times. The detonation of a nuclear warhead in the atmosphere causing an electromagnetic pulse, EMP, is a threat that looms large. How real is this threat? An EMP attack is a potential catastrophe that could result in widespread destruction of electronics and power grids, plunging society into chaos. Imagine a world without electricity where basic services like communication, healthcare, and transportation come to a grinding halt. It's a grim picture, isn't it? Our preparedness for such an event is critical. The current state of American infrastructure resilience against EMPs, however, leaves much to be desired. Our energy grid, a complex network that connects power plants to millions of customers, is vulnerable. Aging technologies and outdated systems make it susceptible not just to EMP attacks, but also to cyber threats. Efforts have been made to enhance our resilience. The Department of Energy has invested billions in modernizing the grid and protecting it against cyber threats. Legislation mandating AM radio in vehicles for emergency communication has gained bipartisan support. Despite these efforts, the threat of an EMP attack is real, and the need for preparedness is urgent. We must bolster our defenses, upgrade our systems, and ensure that we are ready to face this threat head-on, because the potential for chaos and destruction is too great to ignore. In light of these potential threats, what can American citizens do to prepare for the possibility of World War III? The first step in preparedness is staying informed. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's a crucial line of defense. Regularly keep abreast of the latest news, both domestic and international. Understand the geopolitical landscape and the tensions that exist. This not only helps you anticipate potential threats, but also guides you in making informed decisions. Next, consider your personal emergency preparedness. In the event of a crisis, basic services may be disrupted. This could mean power outages, interrupted communication, and limited access to food and water. Assemble an emergency kit with essential items such as non-perishable food, water, medication, and important documents. A battery or solar-powered radio can also be a valuable addition, ensuring access to news updates if the internet and television services are down. In the digital age, cyber threats pose a real danger. Protecting your digital footprint is as important as securing your physical surroundings. Regularly update your software to the latest versions. Use strong, unique passwords, and be cautious of suspicious emails or links. Remember, in a cyber conflict, your data could be a valuable target. On a broader level, advocate for strong national security policies. Your voice matters. Support initiatives aimed at bolstering the nation's defenses, whether that's investing in advanced technology, enhancing cybersecurity, or maintaining a robust military. Encourage your elected representatives to prioritize these issues. Lastly, foster a sense of community resilience. In times of crisis, communities that stick together fare better. Know your neighbors and build networks of mutual aid. Share resources, skills, and information. A united community can weather challenges far better than isolated individuals. While the possibility of World War III in 2024 is uncertain, being prepared can make all the difference. Please like and subscribe for more videos. Comment below what you think about the odds of World War III breaking out, and if so, how far out on the horizon do you think it will be?